You ever feel like as a Christian, you just kind of all by yourself, just doing everything? Maybe you got this thing going in your family, this thing at church, this thing in this ministry, and you feel just totally worn out. Well, today I'm talking about not being a solo Christian. Find out more on the Rob Skinner podcast. Thanks for watching or listening to the Rob Skinner podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Recently, I decided to start going through some of my favorite scriptures and quotes that have inspired me over the years. And one of them is a quote I'm going to share in just a second about not being a solo Christian, working through other people and living in community. Have you ever tried to do everything yourself at work or at school or at church, even in your spiritual life, and just ended up exhausted? I tend to be kind of that person. And it's easy to think if I don't do it, it won't get done. But that mindset keeps our impact so small. One of the quotes I've got here is expert Carl George said, "An effective leader accomplishes the work through others. The task is too great for one person. It's more important for the leader of a growing church to produce other leaders than to perform personal ministry." And that's not just true for pastors. That's true for every Christian who wants to make a difference, who wants to be a 10x Christian. Think about 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. Paul writes in 2 Timothy 2 2, "And the things that you've heard me say in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to reliable men or people who will also be qualified to teach others." Paul is saying, don't hoard what you know, it off. Faith was never meant to stop with you, it's meant to flow through you. And that's the heart of multiplication. Jesus trained 12. Paul mentored Timothy. Timothy was told to train reliable people who would in turn teach others. That's 4 generations of disciples in one verse. If we want to grow the kingdom of God, and I'm assuming you do if you're watching this or listening to this, we can't just do ministry. We've got to develop ministers or leaders. And it's tempting to be the hero. Oh boy, I've fallen for this every time to try to fix everything yourself. But the 10x Christian knows the real power is in reproducing yourself in other people. I know for myself, when I think about it, the things that have made me the happiest are working with people who've grown in their faith. I'm working with a guy named Wale right now. He's really growing spiritually, and it's really satisfying. And I just see this guy's is a future leader. Or I think about the people like Chris Schwarzenberger. He was a young intern when he started when he moved to Ashland, Oregon. Now he's an evangelist doing amazing things in the Northwest part of the US. I think about Brad Thomas Shero, helped him become a Christian, and then he was trained to be an evangelist. And he's leading a church in Hilo, Hawaii. It's really, really thrilling when you're working and helping other people. But it definitely goes against my kind of solo mindset. And it's something I need to constantly remind myself to get in there and focus on helping other people. Think about it this way: a solo candle gives light to just one room, and it's not very good. But if it lights 10 other candles, soon the entire house shines. You can't be everywhere, but if you invest in other people, your impact multiplies long after you're gone. So here's the challenge: stop trying to be a solo Christian. Who are you training? Who are you sharing with? Who are you mentoring? Who's learning from your walk with God? Some of you have been disciples for decades. Maybe it's someone younger in the faith. Maybe it's a coworker, a family member, or a friend who's searching for answers. Don't keep what God's taught you to yourself. Share it, model it, pass it on, because the 10x life isn't about doing more alone. It's about equipping others to do what you do. Thanks for watching or listening to the Rob Skinner podcast. My goal is to inspire you to live a no regrets life, make this life count, and multiply disciples, leaders, and churches. Have a great day and make this life count.